the way to stress.
You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a Raider.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Again, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right now.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mack Wilson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Put it towards down, he's coming.
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive.
Right there, 56. I got you.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 13 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's open.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. There he goes right side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. One. Bravo. 56. One. Right there, 56. Watch the run.
They go play action. Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is Harris. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they? And now look at him go. The 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now 13-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now?
Throwing again is Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 77 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You've called games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Play action now. Mariota. And a little floater there is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To the air again, Mariota. Hard throw, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
He's coming, double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run with Smith, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Here comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got him in, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there in a first down. On first down, Watson. This short throw caught by Goddard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will get him one closer. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st down, it's Smith. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ito Smith. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 3rd and long here for Mariota. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Don't get nervous. 56.
Mariota. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
And the Vikings first down.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
On play action, Mariota. Dorsett's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 6 yards away. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. On the carry, here's Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey. Check 31, check 31.
This is Smith. Shows his strength at the 50. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 at enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A second down throw here for Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll get 34 yards there.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's the tap. 19. Hey, watch the slant.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
They'll come out in the pistol. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Right there, 54 Mike.
To throw is Watson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Touchdown, Steelers. The Steelers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. To the air yet again, Watson. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
31 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Smith. gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota, the reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. It would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Switch up.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mack Wilson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now with Smith. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has. But
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
2nd and goal at the Steelers' 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing is Mariota, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and a short return to the 6-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up in.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 13 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it forward.
Now it's Watson. And on the connection, this is Ryan Izzo complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range. Gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Mariota. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Mariota on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Jalen Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Throwing on second and long. Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On the ground, this is Williams. Finding room to the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that?